Hello everybody. Oh, I'm sat here with my headphones on. I thought it was quiet. Oh, sorry about that. So hi, today we are going to do April the 7th. The 7th, can you believe it? That's a whole week of doing day by day. And how easy was that? Okay, we're a quarter of the way through. Nearly almost a quarter of the way through the month. It's amazing. Doing the pages first and then just adding in makes it so quick, isn't it? Easy when you know how, isn't it? I know you've been waiting for me to say it. So here we are. I hope you all got your lovely letters yesterday. If not, just swap days and do it another time. But you don't even have to do that. You could put something else. So this is my page today. And because yesterday took a little bit longer, I thought I wanted to do just a quick page today. And I thought I would use my, colouring sheets. Okay, I have these colouring sheets out. This was set one. It doesn't say set one, but this, if it doesn't say it, if it never says anything on it, it's always set one or collection one. And then here's collection 2 and here's collection 3 in the large sheets. And then I also have this little baby one which just has borders and my lovely quotes, like out of the way. I have my sassy britches on. Don't give me attitude, I already have it. So, and that's got lots and lots of borders, okay? So that's the little one. This one is in like a smooth cardstock, but these are on a slightly textured cardstock, okay? And these two here have large images. Both of these have large images, and you get 2 of every one. This book here, collection 3, has the same images but made smaller. Can you see? So they're made quarter size and they're made half size, and then you get some bonus little border ones in as well. And these are great. These are ideal for, can you see how, if I cut round that and I could just pop that in that page there, they're ideal. But I'm going to use one of the larger figures. I think these as well, I like to show you how to use these because if you're just starting on my journey and you might not have many stamps or you might not know how they go together, so these books are great for showing you that. For example, what's that at the front? Let's have, oh, there's one already coloured. Sometimes I'll just put the whole coloured thing in a journal. But so for example here, you can see I've got a small body with a big head and then I've got loads of legs coming out. You might not have thought to do that. So it gives you an idea of things to do. So again, these on the side, I've just put them onto the loops. Can you see the different things? I've added legs. And I made, these were tags. These were originally tags. I haven't got one handy to show. And I gave them to the art department, and then the background is their interpretation of it, okay? So sometimes I use the whole sheet like that, but more often than not, what I tend to do is I tend to use one of the people in there. I tend to use the people and one of the, oh, there's another one half done. Let me move that, look at that. So that one is done in my water brushes, and this one is done with pencil crayons. That looks like a J. That looks like one J's done. So I'm just going to flick through, and what do I fancy? Do I fancy the birds? Oh, it just fell out. Whenever anything falls out, I'm like, oh, is that a sign? Let me have a look. Could we put some birds? Couldn't we? We could try some birds, or I don't know what I'm in the mood for, really. I'm wanting something that I can colour to show you. I would use that, but I've already used those swirls 2 days ago, didn't I? So, what about those swirls? Pop those on. I'm either going to have to kiss her head. I think I'm going to go for the birds because it's just quick to do. So these cost, I don't know, $10, something like that, and you actually get 12 designs and 24 of them, so they're really, really useful to have. So I'm going to cut out these, oh, I've got my scissors stuck to my glue, oh dear. I'm going to cut out my birds in here. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to cut this quote off. I might use this quote, but I might change it. And then, I'm not sure if you can see, but I have left a little border all round anything. Can you see here? I've left a border around there. So I usually just cut round that border. Do I want to keep that flower on? No, I'm going to cut that flower off. I'll use that for something else. And I save all the bits. So don't worry about anything on this page that I'm not using. I will be saving that. To start with, I'm just going to sort of roughly cut till I get to the top of the page. There we go, pop that to one side. Go in here. Well, it's been a gloriously sunny day here today. I got all my jobs done. And my designing, my top secret designs. Yeah, we're still designing stuff, because when we come out of this, I know everybody will be ready, won't they, for some new stuff. So we're still designing, trying to concentrate on homegrown stuff, which is great, because that means there might be new paints and things like that. Stuff that we actually do ourselves at Ranger will be much more easier to control. That was really bad grammar, wasn't it? Much more easier. Ah well, the grammar police are really busy today, so I'm not going to worry about that. In fact, I'm not going to worry about anything at the moment because the sun's out. And isn't it lovely when the sun's out? And talking about work, I had a production meeting yesterday and on Zoom. And I popped up, and my boss, when everybody else popped up, my boss said, oh, blimey, I don't want any excuse from anybody ever again not to get on Zoom, because if Diane can do it, anybody can, because I am not known for my technology, as you know. So that was quite fun on Zoom, seeing everybody all at once, all around America in their respective homes. So if you haven't tried Zoom, it's quite fun, but on your phone you can only see 4 people at once. You have to keep screens, but apparently on your laptop you can. So all these bits I'm going to keep. These 2 flowers I might use yet, I don't know. There's a few flowers there. This I'm not going to keep, but this piece I am. I'll use that for later in the week. Oh, I've just thrown my rubbish on the floor because I emptied my bin just before I started filming, and I've forgotten to put it back. It's further on, so as I leant under the table there, I just threw it on the floor. Never mind, I'm sure the maid will get it later. By the way, I am the maid, so let me have a look there. It makes me laugh when I talk about servants and people are like, oh, yeah. I don't have any. I am the servants, because I just live in the servants' quarters in this house, because this house is owned by Mr. Boo Boo. And I am just, well, I'm actually his slave, but he likes to call me servant because he thinks it sounds better. It's a bit like upstairs, downstairs. Those of you not in England who think we all have servants' quarters downstairs, that's what it is. I'm the servant and Mr. Boo is my master. There we go. I'm just going to trim in back here. I love my colour sheets. If you haven't got any, you could use stamps, or you could use my die cuts. Sometimes I'll even tear pages out of colouring books if I really like them, and I'll just put them in. So here we go. This is where the birds are going to go there. And they've got nothing to stand on, so maybe I will I love this quote. When in doubt, put a bird on it. I'm going to use that quote because I want something for that bird to stand on. Because can you see at the moment, that looks a bit silly with it just being higher. So you would either put a piece of washi tape down to ground it, or you could draw something there to ground it, or I'm going to use the quote. There we go. Can you see now it's stood on something? So that is more, that's grounded it. That's really, really good. What else shall I put? Shall I put anything else on there? When in doubt, put a bird on it. No, so I think I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to stick this down. Now over here, if I don't do something, this is going to bend. So I can either have the whole thing there and cut off the tails at this end, or I can cut off the tail at this end. So I think I'm just going to chop it off at this end. Which way was it? It was that way. I think I'm going to see. Let's see if that works. There we go. Yeah. That's it. Okay, so my trusty glue stick. I noticed somebody said yesterday, oh, my glue stick's running out, I'm panicking. I've only got another 5 to go. And it just made me laugh because I'm a bit like that. So let's glue this down. You could use tape if you want, if you've got one of those tape runners. I can never work them. I always break them. In fact, there's 2 over there, but I just break them totally. So I don't use them. Is anybody else like me just not very good? I'm like really good at doing stuff like this, but I'm just not very good at real life. Actually, I'm coping a lot better than I thought I would, being on my own. Maybe I'm just prefer not to, and so I don't get good at it because I can't be bothered. Oh, look, tomorrow. Oh, might have to have a quote on there. Tomorrow I have got, tomorrow's page is one of these blocks. That's where I like to write the quotes. So, okay, let's glue that down. Oh, his little beak is popping up. And then let's put that quote on the bottom. When in doubt, put a bird on it. Yes. Piece of kitchen roll. I think I maybe need to do some new colour sheets. A Christmas one. The Christmas colour sheet sold out in record time, and we never did it again. Oh, get back in there under your little tag. We never did it again. Whenever I've got something quite fancy going on, I always do the other side quite plain. You see, like here where I've got a fancy flap, I make this plain. So I just don't want too much going on all at the same time. I've just lost my glass cleaner. It's warm, so my glasses are steaming up. There we go. Okay, so what I need to do now is draw round that as usual. So you've seen me draw around collage, you've seen me draw around die cuts, stamped images, and now colour sheets. Have you spotted the theme? Yes, I draw around everything because it just gives that little bit of shadow which makes it look as though it needs to be on the page. Can I just show you as well? I haven't cut it off right at the end. I've cut it, it's a little bit of a gap because otherwise it would bend. So never take it right up to the edge, edge of your page. Otherwise it just will bend, and that will drive you mad, as it just keeps it lift every time you open the book. There we go. Okay, so, and I'm going to doodle in the White. Somebody made a comment on the, oh, please comment on the videos. That reminds me, please comment on the videos, because it really helps me, because I'm like, oh, are people enjoying this? And I see some, but sometimes it's the same people and I'm like, oh, are they just the old faithful? So if you are enjoying it, either comment on the YouTube or comment on the page where you see it, but just leave me a comment on there. Or if there's anything that you'd like to see on there, and I'll try and do my best to do it. And that also reminds me, and I keep forgetting to say this as well, please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, because my YouTube channel, I haven't used it for ages and I've started using it again. So please subscribe. I think you press, I don't know, you press a button somewhere. Please subscribe, that would be fabulous. So with my white pen, what was I saying? Oh yes, I'm going to watch, where shall I shout out a store today? How about Norway? Let's shout out a store in Norway, and let's shout out Bubblegum with the lovely Ellen. Okay, and I've been there a lot. I went with Tim Holtz once and we demoed to 180 people. Not all at the same time, can I just say. I was terrified. It was one of my first things, and there was 180 people, and we did an hour. I did 30 people, Tim did 30 people, then the swatch, then we had an hour of signing and doing photographs, and then we repeated it, and then we repeated it again. So we did it for like nearly 10 hours. And it was amazing. And I've been back to teach there a few times. So that's in Norway. I'm not very good at the town. So Bubblegum, I don't know, in Norway. There you go. Okay, so we've got that there. And what am I going to write at the top? I don't know if I'm going to write anything today. I think I'm just going to do my doodling, and then I'll decide. You don't have to write everything every day. That's not what it's about, you know. You don't want any pressure on what you're doing. It's about having a little bit of fun. Yes, it's lovely if there is some writing and people can see what was going on, but don't worry about it. That's all I seem to say, isn't it? Don't worry, it doesn't matter. And do you know why? Because it doesn't. In fact, I might write, don't worry. Let's write that. So, up here, those of you who've got the grid, are you enjoying having the grid to write on, to space out your words? I'm just thinking, do I want worry in big? Yes, I was just trying to decide, do I want small letters, do I want big letters for the worry? But I'm going to do big. An exclamation mark, so you can see where I've written them there. This is quite a juicy pen, that's still a bit wet, so I'm going to go in, I'm going to colour that in. You could do whatever you colour. I tend to do mostly black. I love black. A pop of black makes everything else stand out. And these birds are going to be really, really bright, so we don't want to be competing with the birds. Remembering to write without putting my head under the camera. I'm giving my team a heart attack, trying to edit it out. And that D wants to be just a little bit bigger. And again, you could have used, you could write, you could use one of my bigger back chat. I've seen quite a few of you using the stickers out the sticker book with all the quotes on. I have some quote stamps. Whatever you want, just write whatever you want to write. we go. If you're in the UK, I bet there's quite a few sunburnt people today. Just be careful. We don't often see summer till about July, so we just have to be really careful. There we go. Don't worry. And then I'm going to put down here about a thing. That's that song, isn't it? Don't worry about a thing. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So somebody said on YouTube, oh, when you're chattering away, it's like we are in your studio crafting with you. Well, can I say, yes, you are. You're here with me now. Okay. I've got your cup of tea. I've sat you down in my chair. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Haven't got any biscuits. Sorry about that. I'm not really a sweet tooth. But make yourself comfy in that chair. I have a lovely little chair over there with lovely cushions, a little buffet to put your little feet on. So there you are. You are here with me in my studio. I'll try not to lock you in tonight when I go. But you'll probably enjoy it in here, won't you? You will enjoy it. So there we go. So I'm going to colour. Again, if you get bored with this, just speed me up. Otherwise, I shall just rabbit on. That's what I'm looking for. Tangerine tune. Oh, somebody asked me the other day what I use to label these. I don't actually label these. I can always tell what my colours are. For example, I know that that's Fiery Sunset. I know that that's Bubblegum Pink. I know that that's Pink Flamingo. But my the staff at Ranger, they refill all these for me every time I come back from a show, not a show, from a where I've been teaching. They fill everything up for me, and they label these because a lot of the students don't know what colours they are. So if you want to know what colours are, I think you can get these labels on Ranger's website. If you go to Ranger and go for, I think it's under organisation, I'm not sure, and they just print them off on one of those little printing machines, but you could just print them off on your, you know, from your printer, and then just put a little bit of tape round if you wanted to. So that's what they are. So again, I was telling you the other day how I always use two colours. So because I've got a green background here, where is, I'm going to use bright oranges and reds on the top, okay? So I'll turn it this way, then you can see. So what I do is I usually will colour the top of the bird first, and this colour I'm using here is the Pure Sunshine, okay? Pure Sunshine. So I'll do the top, and then I'll come and do the bottom, because if you're shading, you have to do it when it's damp. And then I'm going to take a line of the darker colour, you see, and then I'm just going to blend it in and up. And if you do that while it's wet, you get this gorgeous blended colour, okay? So I'm going to do the top one and the bottom one in those colours. So again, I usually do the top of the bird because I always put the shade underneath the bird, under the belly, because that's where it would be darker and it makes it look more 3D really. Let's have a bit on the back here. And then I'm just going to blend that through. And the more you do that through, and the more you do, the easier you will find this. I left that bit long on the back, so I've just got to blend a bit more in. Okay, so that's those two, the main body. Now this one with the main body, I'm not going to blend it because I've got these circles in. So what I'm going to do, I think this one's going to be pink. Let's have a pink bird. Okay, let's pop this bird in. Maybe I need to do some more birds. I haven't done any birds for a while. I'm not sure if you can pick that up, but somebody's out there strimming their hedge. I don't think I'll be joining them. Here we go. I could have chosen a light colour and gone everywhere with the light colour first, but I fancy pink on here. And I'm quite colour coordinated as well, so I might give the other two birds pink wings so that they all look as though they're in a gang, a little girl gang. This is a girl gang of chickens or birds or whatever you want to call them. Somebody said to me once, they don't really look like birds. Well, they've got boots on, so no, they don't. Does it matter? Not at all. So there we go. And this one can have little, oh, we can have little pink bits on the end, and this one can have little pink wings as well. This is going to be quite a quick page. Tomorrow I'm going to do a quote. I've decided that, haven't I? And then the day after, I think I'm going to do a cutout. Why not? I usually have an idea of a little, maybe what I'm going to do. I just don't actually plan it out. But because I've seen that oblong tomorrow, that will be perfect for a quote. Oh, there's a wing in the back. There we go. I think I'm going to bring a little bit of lime green in here. I think I want some lime green spots. And that lime green there will just pick up the lime green that's already on your page. So I've brought in the warm colours with the orange, the yellow, the orange and the pink, and then this lime green just brings up the rest that's there. So let's have this pale pure sunshine in there. And then I've just got the Wellingtons to do. Oh, put the green in the wrong one. So let's have, you have to have red wellies. I don't care who you are, but your Wellingtons should always be red. Oh my goodness me. So let's just pop those in, because you just never know when you might come across a puddle to splash in. It's optimism when you wear your wellies. So apparently one of my granddaughters, Betsy, wore one wellie for most of the day yesterday. Not both of them, just one apparently, and that's what she spent the day in. And why not? Why not? There we go. Oh, I've missed the beak. And then I think I'm just gonna, I might use this orange still actually. I'm just gonna outline the quote. I don't want the quote disappearing underneath. Yeah, and then I'm just going to colour in. Don't worry about a thing. Try and write that without singing that song. I dare you. And then, is it the 7th? The 7th. The big number 7 down here. And you know, any day when you're like, oh, I'm not in the mood, I don't really have time, I don't know what to put, something like this is just so simple. And I can guarantee by the time you finish colouring it, you'll feel so much more relaxed. Oh, wrong pen. You'll feel so much more relaxed and you'll be glad that you got it out to do. But you know, you don't have to do anything. You could save all these videos and you could do it next time. You could do it for May and just follow the pages, or it's just to give you ideas. That's all. There we go. I'm going to leave the legs like that. So, oh, I think because I've added a bit of white in here, I'm just going to add a little bit of white. I'm not going to outline the whole thing. I'll lift it up and show you. I'm just going to put a little line of white down it. Like so. Have I finished? Gosh, this is a quick one, isn't it? Have I finished? Yes. Yeah, I think I've finished. No, I'm going to write in here. Had a day of sunshine. Had a day of sunshine. And that will do me. Oh, I know what I was going to do as well. Unfortunately, our Prime Minister, Boris, got admitted to, he was in hospital with the COVID-19, and he got admitted into the intensive care unit. So he's not my favourite person, but I don't wish any harm on anything. So I'm actually going to put on here, get well soon, Boris. So I'm just going to write that on his letter, because he's written to us, and so I just put that message back to him. So he's got the coronavirus. They say it's just a precaution, but they've taken him into ICU, and I just thought I wanted to just, that will remind me there. So get well soon, Boris. Okay, there we go. All done. So tomorrow I'm going to come up with I can't stop looking at it because then I'll prep, and I don't want to prep. I just want it to be quite off the cuff. The other thing that I quite often would do is I would just stick, can you see the whole thing, and just trim that off, and sometimes I just colour the whole thing, and that's a page in there. And sometimes if I'm going travelling, that's what I'll do. I'll take some of the blank pages like this one, and every now and again I'll stick a page in there, and then when I turn over, that's the one I come to, and I've got something to do. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.